Good morning, and welcome to Morning Musings, where we are listening for a message about going for our big dream. And what I mean by going for a big dream is living your most authentic life, living the life that really means something to you, the life that you know you were absolutely meant to live, right? Doing the things that you love, doing the things that are important to you internally, not the things that other people have said should be important or, you should do that and you're really good at that, so you should do that. It's like, yeah, I may be good at that. And I may have done it for a while and enjoyed it, but I'm done. Right? It's like, no, it doesn't thrill my bucket anymore, right? It's like it's not in my thrill bucket. It doesn't give me what it used to give me or whatever, right? So um it's time to start living your life, the things you want to do, the things, yeah, just the things that make you happy, right? Because you've only got one life and you've done all the things, you've done the responsible things, you've done the expected, you've done your duty, if you will. And now it's time to actually live, to actually wake up in the morning and go, "Mm, I get to do this today. I get to do this today." And so, yeah. So we're listening for a message about that, about that journey, the journey towards making that actually happen, right? Yeah. How do we do this every day? How do we get up and make this happen? What actions do I need to take? What choices do I need to take? What do I need to be thinking about? And so that's where this kind of message comes in. And we're using Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels Oracle card deck as the conduit for that message to come through. Just something to think about during the day, um, as we move along through, just something to put in your brain about moving forward on your big dream. Where are you going today? What decisions are you going to make? So, as we're shuffling the cards, waiting for that right card to show up, I would like to take a little time to meditate or, kind of get grounded, get into and connected with you, your insides, your body, the energies that surround us. So let's do that. So let's take a deep, I can talk. Let's take a deep breath. I'd get just relax a little. Take a moment to relax as I shuffle the cards. And I just want you to feel your breathe. Yawns are good. Burps are good. Other bodily functions are good. Those are releases. And I want you to feel where your body feels good. And I want you to thank those portions of the body for doing their job, for being good, for not squawking, you know, for not making you think, for not pulling your attention away. And Just feeling good. Thank you for feeling good. And now I want you to find those areas in your body that are vying for your attention. You know, the tension, the injury, the pain, the concern, you know, those areas that crop up and go, here, pay attention to me. And I want you to realize that these areas, especially the long-term areas, like the areas of where stress is held and tension is held and has been for you don't even remember how long, that these areas are protecting you. This is your body physically protecting you from your environment. And it may not be the environment you're in. Chances are your environment has changed since that initial protection was needed. And you're not in the same place. You're not around people. You're not subject to the same behaviors, words, emotions, trials that you were when this protection started. And I want you to thank that area for holding you safe, for keeping you protected from emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical harm, for getting you to today. And tell that part, we're not there anymore. It's time to release. It's time to unknot because I don't need it. I don't need that protection anymore. And as you're saying that to your body, as you're letting your body know, thank you. Thank you for the job you've done. And starting to peel apart those knots, those tensions, those spaces in which there is pain, and gently allowing your body to pick through the knot, gently pulling it apart so that it can release, so that it can relax, and doing so in a way that is safe, that doesn't reveal the tender underneath until that space is ready to handle life today. And just thank it. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for giving me the skills. Thank you for all that you do. And it's time to learn new skills. And it's time to do things in a slightly different way, where this particular tool may or may not be needed. So let's put it on the shelf for now and move forward. And if I need it, I know it's right there. And as your body is working on that, allowing the relaxation to occur, feeling that loosen up just a little bit by little bit, I want you to go into your heart center, right behind all the walls, all the boundaries that surround your heart and keep it safe. And there in the middle is this glowing light. And it's beautiful and it's bright, but it's been hidden. behind all those boundaries. It's been kept safe. And as you peer upon it, it starts to grow even brighter. And let it know that it's time. It's time to really shine. And it glows a little brighter. And you notice from the inside there are some cracks, there are some openings in the boundaries that surround your divine spark. And you notice that the light shines through those boundaries, and the cracks that are there start to get a little bigger. And maybe you've noticed that a block or two from the wall has fallen down. This is where you've healed. This is where you've grown, and that light starts to shine through. And every time you come here and pay attention to your divine spark, more cracks appear, more healing occurs, and the brighter your light shines. Thank you, my divine spark, for being here. This divine spark of yours was gifted to you from the universe the moment of your birth. It's your gift to the world. Allow it to shine. Allow it to be beautiful and just as it is. And as your divine spark is growing brighter and brighter, I want you to imagine opening the soles of your feet and reaching out to the core of the earth, that earth energy, that life creating force that knows when destruction is needed to clear out the space so that new growth can happen, new ideas can come to light, that creative life force. And I would like you to invite that into your body. And as you do, you may feel some warm tingling. That's that energy. And even if you don't, that energy is coming through. As it rises through your feet, your ankles, your legs, into your knees, up your thighs, into your hips, filling your torso with creative juice, with life giving force, with healing energy. And as it rises through your body, it seeks out those areas of tension, those areas of injury, those areas of chronic pain, and bathes it in creative healing, flowing through to remove what doesn't work and heal and plant what does, the next level. And as that energy rises in your torso and gets into your shoulders and down your arms, it also connects with your divine spark, that big dream within you, that gift to the world, and lends its creative prowess, and the light shines even brighter. And as that creative juice flows up into your neck and into your head, I want you to imagine the top of your head opening up and reaching out into the universe and inviting in all the universal energy, the big picture knowledge, the essence of all that exists, all the possibilities, knowing how it all fits together in new and creative ways. And as that energy flows into your body and it goes behind your eyes, you see your path illuminated with starshine. You see the twists and turns. You see the obstacles in the way. You see the tools that you'll pick up along the way, the lessons you'll learn, and you'll know that this is your path, your right divine path towards your big dream, your authentic life. And as that energy flows in between your ears, you start to hear the true messages for you, the messages of support, of encouragement, that this is your right path, and how getting tips and tricks along the way, hearing those from maybe unlikely sources, maybe sources that have been around you forever, but you can hear them clearly. You can distinguish which messages are for you and which messages flow past you and turn into white noise. All those messages of negativity, of you can't, you shouldn't, you what, blah, 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 blah. They all turn into white noise because you can pick out the messages for you. You know what's right for you. And as that energy flows down into your neck, it seeps behind the boundaries of your voice to lend strength, to lend healing, to go through all those cracks along those boundaries, to heal, to break those boundaries down in a compassionate and loving way so that your voice comes forth, so that you can speak clearly, concisely, with conviction and compassion about your journey, what's true for you. And as that energy moves down into your body, down your arms and your shoulders, filling your torso from the top down, into your legs, into your knees, into your feet, it also connects with this heart center and this divine spark within you. This is the energy that gave you this divine spark, this journey, this big dream. It chose you because you're capable, you're worthy, you are the right person for this gift to show up into the world. And this universal energy reconnects and bolsters and enlivens this divine spark. And it merges with the energy of the earth, giving it foundation for creation, giving it a path to flow. And earth energy and the universal energy Give even more energy to this divine spark, and it's so bright now that it fills every cell in your body, and it can't help but to shine through, to create an aura around you and go out into the world, to become, for you to create this as a reality. Thank you, energies, for showing us the path, for giving us the creative motivation to move forward. Oh, our card for the day is going beyond normal. Going beyond normal. I don't know if I've ever gotten this card before. I like it. Going beyond normal. On the path of life, there are deciding moments when we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic, and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysteries and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. There is a time and place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision making tools: intuition, feelings, and those things you know without knowing how you know them. The flowing, inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time, to draw upon reliable methods, and to prepare with certain tools. However, there is also a healthy dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid healing art. You are being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There is a sense of what might work where, and a loose or even detailed plan. But how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There is no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. You may have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditioned nature to do things according to the rules, to a deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to trust that you are being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It is a pure and heart centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean into a teacup. It is far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is fringe dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away, as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you are an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. It wants you to realize that this is a legitimate, empowered, and creative way to live that honors all of who you are. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set of so called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you are going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that is meaningful to you. This will require you have you excuse me. This will require you to have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its naturally spontaneous and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course, going beyond normal. What that tells me is it's time to play. It's time to go have fun, experiment, enjoy, learn, see what happens, and play. Play, play, play. All right, let's do the healing process. We're still connected to that universal energy, our divine spark, and the earth energy, giving us all this creative juice, knowing our path forward. Yeah. Right, the healing process. Say aloud, I now call on unconditional love and ask for the blessings of the heart to be witnessed and sanctioned by the great universal creator so that I may rise above small mindedness and see and use the best of what human culture has to offer in service to love through my own free will. So be it. Visualize or imagine the feeling of being in a most gorgeous garden. It might be well manicured, a little bit wild, or a wildly overgrown jungle. Just notice it. Notice how all the plants work together and how it is supported by nature and the seasons. Notice that whilst some things thrive, others fall away, only to shift again with the seasons. There is such organizational genius. And say, may the wisdom and guiding hand of the great gardener who works with unconditional love nurture the garden of my soul into magnificence. I dare to live creatively from my heart and thrive. Finish your healing process by sitting quietly, dancing wildly, or doing a spot of gardening. Whatever feels good. Going beyond normal. Tap into your divine spark. Pull from that creative energy of the earth. Accept the knowledge of the universe and start down your path towards your big dream. In play, in curiosity, in that fringe dwelling exploration. Make your plans and play with them as you move forward and learn about your big dream journey. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this morning musing. And if you've been enjoying these, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell up there somewhere that will notify you when I go live next, which I do every day. And go out there and enjoy. Go out there and enjoy your life. And if you feel like you need some support, if you feel like you want some help in the direction that you're going to get connected with this new idea of your divine spark that's been with you forever. If you want some support in that area, on Sunday I will be hosting a big dream wake up call. It is a free masterclass and it starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And it's about an hour, hour and a half of really diving into your big dream, really connecting with it, laying out that little bit of a plan so that you can move forward, so that you can start creating this life that you know you were meant for. Link is down below. I hope you will join us again. It is totally free, just getting you connected so that you know what your big dream is right now, because it will iterate. But if you get in touch with it now, it'll iterate even faster. Yay! All right, go out there and play today. Go out there and go beyond the normal just a little bit. You know, test it, step over the line, have a good time. All right, with that, keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this. And I'll see you tomorrow.